Good day everyone, we are Group 10 and our topic is retirement planning. So before that, I would like to introduce my member. First, me, Lopez Jason Rayan, and second, Iglesias Ken, and last is Akbo John Ryan. So first, what is retirement planning? Retirement planning is the process of preparing for your life after you stop working. It involves setting goals for how you want to live in retirement and making financial decisions now to ensure you have enough money to support yourself later. And also, planning ahead is important because it helps you avoid financial struggles in the future, allows you to enjoy life after retirement, and ensures you can remain financially independent without relying on others. Next is retirement planning is your responsibility. Retirement is the time in life when the major sources of income change from earned income, such as salary or wages, to employer-based retirement benefits, private savings and investments, income from Social Security, and perhaps part-time employment. This statement means that retirement is the phase of life when you stop working full-time and your main sources of money change. When you are working, most of your income comes from your salary or wages, money you earn from your job. Make the following your money habits in retirement planning. Save early and often by beginning early in life to invest in mutual funds through tax-sheltered retirement accounts and continuing to invest every year. In short, start young, invest regularly in smart ways, and use retirement accounts that give you tax advantage. Doing this can make a big difference in how much money you'll have when you retire. Next, save within an employer-sponsored retirement plan at least the amount required to obtain the full matching contribution from your employer. Always contribute enough to get your employer's full match. It's one of the easiest and fastest ways to grow your retirement savings. Diversity your investments and limit company stock to no more than 10% of your portfolio. This means you should spread your money across different types of investment like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate, etc., rather than putting it all in one place. The goal is to reduce risk. If one investment does poorly, others might do well and balance things out. And a diverse portfolio can help protect your savings from biggest losses and give you more stable growth over time. Contribute to Roth IRA and traditional IRA accounts to supplement your employer's sponsored plans. Means that in addition to saving through a retirement plan offered by your employer, you should also consider putting money into individual retirement accounts or IRA, specifically a Roth IRA and traditional IRA, to help grow your retirement savings even more. Keep your hands off your retirement money. Do not borrow it, do not withdraw it. When changing employers, roll over the funds into the new employer's plan or roll over IRA. Your retirement savings is meant for your future. Touching it early can cost you a lot in taxes, penalties, and lost growth. Let it stay invested and growing until you truly need it.
Benefit payment. The monthly pension is paid through the designated bank account opened by number under the SSS Pensioners Remittance Through Bank program. This became mandatory effective September 1, 1993. A member must open a single savings account and submit to the SSS his saving account number and a photocopy of his passbook upon filling of his application, or he may accomplish the Visa Cash Card enrollment form. The original copy of the passbook must be presented for authentication purposes. For ATM accounts, the name of the member must be embossed and the savings account number must be indicated in the ATM card. Otherwise, a copy of the deposit slip must be submitted. The monthly pension shall be suspended upon 1. The employment or resumption of self-employment of a retired member who is less than 65 years old. The member shall again be subjected to compulsory coverage. At 65 years old, whether employed or not, he can already claim for retirement benefit. Upon the death of our retired pensioners, the primary beneficiaries shall be entitled to the 100% of the monthly pension and the dependents to the dependents' pension. 3. If the retired pensioners die within 60 from the start of the monthly pension and has no primary beneficiaries, the secondary beneficiary shall be entitled to a lump sum benefit equivalent to the total monthly pension corresponding to the balance of the 5-year guaranteed period, excluding the dependent's pension. Payment of lump sum benefit. Effective May 2016, the member may option to receive the lump sum benefit for SS and EC disability, SS death and retirement directly through his/her bank account instead of receiving the check through the mail. The payment through the bank program shall become mandatory upon implementation of the benefits workflow system. Upon filling of benefit application, the member will be asked to open a single savings account or use an existing one, if any, and submit to SSS a photocopy of any of the following: the savings account passbook, the ATM card bearing the member's name and account number, a validated initial deposit slip, and bank statement or certification or Visa card enrollment form. The original passbook, ATM card must be presented for authentication purposes. For member without existing single savings account, the SSS shall issue a letter of introduction or LOI for to be presented to his or chosen SSS accredited bank for the purpose of opening a single savings account. Upon approval of the claim, the SSS will mail a notice voucher to the member informing him/her when to withdraw the benefit from the bank. Government Service Insurance System Retirement Income Benefits. Retirement under RA 8291 may be availed by those who have returned at least 15 years of service in government and must be at least 60 years of age upon retirement. Also, they must be permanent total disability pensioners. The last 3 years of service need to be continuous under RA 8291. Option 1. 5-year lump sum and old age pension. Under this option, retirees can get their 5-year pensions in advance. The lump sum is equivalent to 60 months of the basic monthly pension, payable at time of retirement. After 5 years, retirees will start receiving the monthly pension. Option 2. Cash payment and basic monthly. In option 2, retirees will receive a cash payment equivalent to 18 times the basic monthly pension, payable upon retirement, and here a monthly pension for life, payable immediately after retirement date. BMP is computed as follow.
Personal equity and retirement account. The problem with retirement planning in the Philippines, aside from the lack of it, is the limited investment choices available for Filipinos who want to save up for when they retire. Addressing that challenge, the government offers a PERA or Personal Equity and Retirement Account as an additional source of retirement income to help Pinoys achieve a comfortable, financially secure retirement. So, PERA stands for Personal Equity Retirement Account, a long-term tax-free voluntary retirement investment program in the Philippines, created through Republic Act 9505. PERA is still similar to the individual retirement account or IRA and 401 retirement plans in the United States. So we're gonna talk about the where the PERA contribution invested. So we have unit investment trust funds or UITFs, mutual funds, government securities, annuity contracts, exchange trade bonds, insurance pension products, pre-need pension plans, shares of stocks listed and traded in the Philippine stock exchanges, and other investment products are authorized for PERA purposes. So, PERA, Filipinos here and abroad, age 18 and above with the tax identification or TIN number, where unemployed or self-employed may open a PERA account. Each PERA investor in the Philippines may contribute up to 100,000 pesos every year. OFW can invest 200,000 yearly. So, when you can withdraw the PERA investment, you can withdraw your tax-exempt PERA contribution when you meet 55 and 5 rule, meaning you have reached 55 years old and contributed for at least 5 years. The amount can be paid either in lump sum or monthly pension for lifetime or certain period. So, why should you invest in PERA? Compared to regular savings account and time deposits, PERA yields higher returns because it provides tax exemptions on investment income and allows investors to choose investment products that fit their needs and risk appetite. So, let's talk what are the disadvantages of investing in PERA. Investment risk. Like other investment types, PERA comes with a certain risk. Depending on your chosen investment product. For example, investing in PERA equity funds exposes the investor to the usual risk or of a stock investment, the fluctuating stock prices. And now, let's talk about how to invest in PERA. To start your PERA investment, you need to open a PERA account through administrator. To date, BSP has credited only 2 banks, which is BDO and BPI, as PERA institution administration. As soon you open a PERA account, you can start making your contribution through your bank account with your chosen administration, over the counter or cash or check payments. So opening a account in BDO needs some requirements like a BDO savings or current account, photocopy of 2 valid IDs, latest income tax return or ITR, attendance to the BDO PERA seminar, and the BPI PERA opening requirements are BPI savings or check account, 1 valid ID, TIN ID or ITR, 1,000 pesos as initial investment, exclusive for admin fees. So, if you're OFW, what are the opening requirements? If you're OFW, your spouse or child in the Philippines can open PERA account on your behalf. Your representative must submit the following requirements or documents like marriage certificate for spouse or birth certificate for child, sworn certificate that the spouse or child is opening a PERA for OFW who has not availed of the benefits under the PERA law, overseas employment certificate, and lastly, any official document that proves the OFW incomes from foreign country. Thank you po.